We haven't seen in the preseason. We were raving about the rushing attack, Dave. And what's interesting about that is it's been so good. It gives you a reason to be optimistic, as we talked about. But we haven't seen Ken Walker out there. Yeah. He hasn't been a part of it. And we saw him in practice. You and I were raving about it very early. And boy, I've seen him standing on the sidelines. But is this a situation where maybe a guy does lose his starting job to injury, that Zach Charbonnet's shown enough to say, you know what, we're more comfortable with him being, running back number one to open the season?
Yeah, to me, yes, absolutely. I love Charbonnet in this offense, and you look at the numbers, and I don't want to say it's just you can plug anybody in there, because K9 is very special. But if you ask me who is the most special running back in this group, it's Zach Charbonnet. I mean, he can run the post and pull. He can run any kind of offense that you want to run. And then, like I said, as a linebacker, this is a guy that can run you over, or he can put a move on you. So I think Charbonnet is. And then you look at the numbers of the rest of. And look, I know this is a preseason game, but it's like you had Charbonnet had 45, Jacardia Wright had 48. Holani had 49, and then Martinez had 50. So, it does look like plug and play there. But to me, the guy that most fits, and maybe it's not fair for K9, but I just think Charbonnet is going to have, if he can stay healthy, I think he's going to have a really good year in this offense.
By the way, you brought this up before, and we talked about the training camp preseason superstars of the past, the Troy Maine Popes, the Kason Williams, those people we looked at and said, man, they've done it all. Man, this guy's looked electric. He's earned a spot, and then we're all surprised when they don't make it. I wouldn't be surprised if Jacardia Wright was that guy this year. Yeah, because he's looked good. He's made plays, but you only have so many spots for running backs.
No, you're right.
Is he the odd man out? Because he's certainly flashed. He's given you reason to go, whoa, this kid's got some stuff, but I don't know. Is he going to be that guy this year, or do you think there's somebody who's I don't know, even more of a? You look at him and go, man, this guy, what a preseason he's had, and he's a likely candidate to be the surprise cut.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought you were going to say Holani.
I can't see them getting rid of him, but maybe they would. I don't know. I think Wright would go before Holani.
I would agree with that. If you look at the number of tight ends that they're keeping, maybe somebody is the odd man out there, and I think. If Damian Martinez can play a lot of special teams, that will really help him make the team. I think it'll be interesting to see, because that's really just, one position, right? Because you have a lot of fullback, you got a lot of tight end, and so as far as tailbacks go, what are you going to need? 3, probably? Yeah. So,
hey, real quick before we I want to play this cut from Daniel Jeremiah talking about Charbonnet, but just in talking about, is he going to be the starter? I get what that means, and there's some prestige to being the starter, being running back number one. But in the end, is it more of a dual thing? Are we going to see an even split in carries between those two guys, between Walker, assuming he's healthy, and Charbonnet, and in the end there isn't really your main guy, or do you see a disparity where, all right, Charbonnet is going to be the workhorse, and Walker's, if Charbonnet gets, 18 carries, Walker's going to get 10 or something like that? Or do you see it more even throughout the season?
Yeah, I think that Charbonnet is going to eventually emerge as the bell cow, basically. Mm-hmm. So, but maybe that's not fair to K9, because he hasn't practiced much, and he did look really good early on in some of the OTAs. But the other thing you could say is that, remember the year with the 49ers running the same system where they had like 3 different running backs that had 500 yards? I think one of them was Raheem Mostert. It could end up looking more like that, but I don't know. From what we've seen and what I've seen at practice and just the way he's built, Charbonnet, I feel like, is perfect for this offense.
Well, Daniel Jeremiah was on with Brock and Salk, and he was explaining why he likes Charbonnet over Walker in this offense.
Because there's going to be creases that are created, and they're not going to be created the same on. You can call the same run play 5 times, and the crease might be different every single time. So hesitation and pause, that's not a friend in this system. You got to be able to see it, sort it, and go. And I just think Charbonnet sees things faster. He gets to and through the hole quicker. So look, if you're going to run crack toss, and it's just we're running outside. I mean, Kenneth Walker can do that all day long. But in terms of being able to sift and sort inside and find the crease, I just think Charbonnet's a little more comfortable with that at this point in time.
Totally
and that's
agree.
something, Dave, you've brought up before, that K9 may kind of tippy-toe around back there a bit before he makes that decision to put that foot in the ground and go, whereas Charbonnet just kind of hits the pile. Like he's got his direction planned out before that ball's in his gut.
Yeah, and I think he's also got a lot more power, but explosion, and really, like Daniel says there, I think it's the decision making that that kind of sets him apart. But I love his body type. I love that he will run you over, and he's just got a little bit of an edge and a little bit of nastiness to him, and he's light on words every once in a while. Yeah. No, I love Charbonnet. Every once in a while, I'll say something to him, and he'll go, "Yeah, okay." So
light on words.
Yeah,
brevity is key for him.
That's right. But love him.
Yeah. One more quickly before we get to take two. We've obviously everybody's focused on the O-line, and the obvious positions that are up for grabs: center, right guard. The other three, assuming health, who your starters are. And head coach Mike McDonald on Sunday was specifically asked about Anthony Bradford and whether they've decided on starters at right guard and center right now.
I think when you watch the tape, you felt the physicality, and then I thought he finished plays the best that he has on tape up to this point was this game. So let's keep stacking those performances. Let's stay relentless on a play-in, play-out basis, and he can play some really, really great football if he does that.
Have you guys made your decisions on center and right guard yet?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I think there's a line from Step Brothers once again where he's like, I don't know.
Maybe not.
What are you doing?
I think
there?
they have. Maybe at center. I don't know if they've decided who their starter is, but Bradford's your starter at right guard. I'm going to go out on a crazy limb and say Anthony Bradford is going to be your starting right guard.
Well, the best thing that he said there is that he's finishing, and that was the problem last year. I remember asking the coaches, like, who's the beast? Who's the go-to guy? Who's the guy that wins a fight? It's Bradford, and I would say it's Bradford, but he doesn't finish. And now he is, and he looked really good the other night.
Really good, yeah.